All right, it is episode 157 of Left Side Heavy, the podcast, presented by Blue Wire. It's your boys, Hayden and Jevon. How's it going, my friend?
Bada bing,
It's
bada boom.
it is good to be back. How you doing, my friend? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Went to the gym today after work. Had a amazing back day after
Nice.
one of the nicest shoulder workouts I think I've ever had on Saturday. So yeah, it's good. My actually, you know what? I want to start this off by saying on Friday, I went to this place called Summit Tools. It's just by Earl's on Shaughnessy Street. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like all the blue collars maybe listening right now can appreciate this, but I went to Summit Tools, picked up some very essential things for my cabinet making uh journey, so to
Yep.
say. And for what I got and the price I paid, got an absolute steal. I got four things. Uh Two of them were squares. I don't know if you know what a square is. It's
Enlighten me.
it's basically like a big L metal
Oh yeah,
thing
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
And then I got like the smaller version of that where it's like like kind of like a triangle almost.
Yep.
So I got those, and then I also got three center hole punches. So like if you're punching or if you're drilling like a hole and you want to get like the absolute center, you get like this little bit and it's like spring loaded, so you just barely touch the tip of the of your like stuff, and then
Yep.
you drive the screw in. It's essential. And then I also got a pry bar that basically will last me forever. It's like a really like big industrial size pry bar. And all of that for $34.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got a steal because Summit Tools is rebranding their name
Oh really?
because they're also a distributor as well as their own store, but other companies don't want like the Summit Tools logos on their stuff. So they're just rebranding, and I got everything for like 80% mark off.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
It was sick, man. And going there as a blue collar worker is like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah.
It was elite.
Did you know that they were having the 80% offer?
No, I
Were you
didn't.
you're going for it anyways, and then it just happened to
Well, I was originally just gonna go there and buy like the big metal
yeah,
square and the center punches, but then I saw that and all like their shit was on markdown, and I'm like, yes, please.
yeah. It's like you go in for it's like Sev. It's like you go in for a Slurpee and you walk out with two bags of chips, two monsters, a bag of Skittles, Mike and Ike's, and you forget about the Slurpee. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, it
Yeah,
came out happier than when I went in.
yeah. But
Exactly. So it was just an elite Friday, elite weekend, even though there was no time for golf. You know, you just got to appreciate the rainy weekends when you can and be excited. There's a excuse me, a long weekend coming up.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
100%.
Andy.
And what about you, man? You had the nice Boise trip.
Yeah, I went down to Boise, Idaho. The boys were in Boise, as the that was the saying all weekend. Um, the boys are in Boise. Uh, no, it was good, man. So we went down to go watch our friend Colton Keller, friend of the show, um, play in the ECHL, plays for the Idaho Steelheads. They are straight domination this year.
Nice.
They're like the Boston Bruins.
Wagons.
They played the second place team in their central this weekend because ECHL, since like to save money on traveling, they have their schedules like baseball schedules. So,
So they just play like 8 games in
well, like not that many, but they'll play
series.
like this week they played the same team like three or four times like in a
Yeah,
row. And I
series.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just to save money on traveling and stuff. So we went, they had a back to back. We went Friday to Sunday. They played Friday, Saturday. Um, we left at like 5:30 our time, got there at 5 o'clock their time. No, that's not true at all. We left at 6 our time and got there at 5, um,
Their
maybe
time.
4 our time, 5 their time.
Hmm.
And like we stopped it a couple times along the way to fill up and everything like that.
Of
They
course.
they played Friday night. Um, we went golfing at Quail Hollow Saturday morning. They played Saturday night, and then we went golfing Sunday morning and came home. But
Elite.
yeah, so it was a good trip. Lots of stories to tell though. So, um, first one to kick the weekend off. We haven't left the country yet at this point.
Okay.
So I sleep over at Evan's house. We pick Austin up at 5:30, and we're heading to the border. We get there at around 6. And we are approaching the boss man that splits the Canada and US border. We are approaching him. And Austin's like, "Yeah, so Colton's hurt." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he's not playing this weekend." I'm like, "The guy we're going to go play, the whole purpose of this trip, he's not playing?" He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "What?" So that's the first thing. We went down to a trip to watch our buddy play, and he wasn't playing. Bingo. Right off the bat, trips off to a hot start. Um, yeah, so like that was kind of fucking pointless. And I was like, I mean, like we're still already committed to the trip. Hotel's already paid for, and we get to see him. We haven't seen him in like a couple years. So it'll still be a fun trip regardless. The road trip will be fun. We get across, no problem at all. I realized like how more laid back going into the States is than coming back into Canada.
Hmm.
Literally went
Hmm.
in. It's like, so where you guys going? Idaho. Why? See your buddies play hockey. All right, have a good trip. Like, that's it. They didn't ask anything. We came back into Canada on Sunday. They asked us maybe 12 questions about like, why didn't you fly? Why is it blah, duh, duh. It's like, dude, it's midnight, dude. Just let us through.
Dude,
Okay, we're tired.
it's like harassment, the Canadian border, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable. But we get in. The road trip was actually like very nice. I drove the first 5 hours. We hit Jimmy John's elite spot. Elite spot. Their lettuce wraps unbelievable. Uh, great sandwich spot. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Maybe not 10 out of
Beauty.
10. That's
That's
asking
high
for a bit.
praise.
Yeah, it's high praise. Maybe like 8.4, 8.4 out of 10. Still pretty good.
That's
Um,
good.
I thought it was really good. It was, when you're on a road trip, you don't want to eat like shit because you are going to be in a car and you don't want to be like having to shit your brains
Having
out.
to shit your pants. Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy John's was a perfect, like, healthy meal that filled you up and you weren't going to be in trouble for the rest of the ride.
Beauty.
So, that was good. Um, the whole trip, we drove 10 hours, no, 20 hours in total.
Hmm.
Um, under 250 Canadian in gas.
Really?
So, yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So we filled up in like Linden.
Yeah.
That was 62 for a full tank, Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Ah.
then we made it to Edinburgh, which is like the edge of Washington State into
Yep.
Oregon. We filled up there, topped up, 27 American, don't know the conversion, to a full tank. And then
That's about,
probably 40 something.
yeah, I was gonna say like $44, something like that.
So that got us to just outside of Idaho.
Hmm.
We topped up there. That was like another maybe $42 American. So
Okay.
around $60 Canadian again. So that's like 180 there.
Also 27 was $36.
27 is 36 American.
No, 27 American is 36 Canadian.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I meant. So we're about at $150 on the way there. And then we didn't really drive much in Idaho because everything's pretty walking distance. And then we
Hmm.
just took an Uber to golf. Um, no, we took an Uber to Colton's place, but we left Idaho with a full tank, drove to I forget the spot, but we filled up in Oregon, and it was for a full tank, it was 36 American for
Jesus Christ.
for a full tank, which is probably around
Holy.
$50
Let's see. 36 is 48. Yeah.
for a full tank.
Ah.
So and then we topped up a half tank um in like Edinburgh or something like that.
God damn.
So like around maybe 250 Canadian, but it was like pretty much under because we never filled up a full tank, which was around $60 Canadian.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. No, it was the probably the biggest worry of like worrisome of spending was gas,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and we didn't spend a lot at all. And the guys made me not spend money on gas because they were using my car. And
Oh.
we were using the Toyota Corolla out front
Hmm.
instead of my Honda. So like the Corolla's fuel efficiency was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The little V4 Corolla, it was beautiful. So the road trip was nice. All I-5, 405. It was a really nice drive actually. Um, we got there. Um, no trouble really. Nothing really crazy happened the first night. We went to this Eureka spot, which is like burgers and IPAs kind of thing. It's very good. They had a gluten-free ale. It was like 7.7%. It was a nice way to start off the day. Tasted like
God damn.
tasted like shit though, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it was
It's
didn't
alcohol.
yeah, it didn't taste the best, but it was like my third drink after taking the whole thing off. Like I drank had a couple beers with my dad the day before I
Hmm.
left. Um, but yeah, that one was a good way to kick off the evening. Went to the game, went out afterwards, kind of bar hopped. It was a fun evening. Um, and then we woke up, went golfing. Target golf sucks, dude.
What?
Target golf? Have you like where like you don't really pull out the disco stick that much and you're like par
Oh, you just
par
mean
f
like par threes.
no, it's a full length course. It's like 6,000 yards. But
What
it's
the fuck?
like like it'll be a par 4, 300 yards, but it'll be like 260 to drive the ravine, and you have to this
Oh,
landing area, so you have to maybe take like 5 iron off the tee.
yeah,
But
and then
if
like
you
a 7 iron into the
yeah,
hole.
I
I
maybe
get you.
like responsibly could have pulled out driver 3 times, but like of course I was like, why not? And but it was so cold, wet, and windy that day, and very elevated tee boxes. So
Yep.
oftentimes you were like in the midst of like freezing cold when you're teeing off. So it was brutal. By hole 14, it started snowing, and we're like, okay, this is we were driving the ball into the wind uphill, and I'm like, this might not leave the tee box. Like
You just it's like that it's like a meme. It just goes like straight up. It's like, guys, it's coming back.
yeah. We're like ducking for cover when it's like yeah, there's like because we were teeing off like this way. So like we're here, we're
Hmm.
teeing up this way, right? Like
Yep,
side view. Side view, we're teeing up this way. The wind's coming this way,
right
and
at your
there's a
face.
green like down here. So I'm like, I literally might like land on the green behind us because this wind might just like push back.
You're gonna hit the
But
green, just not the one that you want.
yeah, but literally like full on started snowing on the 15th, and it was so cold. And of course, Evan hits the shot of the day somehow. It's a blind downhill tee shot, par three. He just it's like 205, probably playing like 180. But like he pulls out a 4 iron and just stripes it, blind shot. And I'm like, I kind of see the flag and I think this is tracking. Like this is looking really good. mind you, none of us have hit a par today. Like it was a hard round of
That
golf.
bad.
Like it was cold and it was like a decently difficult course. And Evan sticks it to 8 feet. And we're like, what?
Birdie chance. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Leaves the birdie putt short and taps his par.
Oh.
And I was like, who cares? We're fucking going home. So then we just leave. Like we don't play 16, 17, 18. It was way too cold too and like miserable.
Hmm.
So anyways, we get home, we shower, get ready for the night. Um, we go to B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. It's
Nice.
like right at the bottom of our hotel, right beside the rink. And it was nice because the rink was right below the hotel that we were staying in.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So it's like, and
Booze
every,
the whole way and walk
yeah.
home.
And you know the Whistler Village?
Yeah.
Right outside the hotel, like Main Street looked like Whistler Village. Like it was a dope
Ah.
scene. And like Main Street went into the complex where the arena was.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it was a really dope spot that we were in. Like Colton's team, like the Steelheads, they have like the visiting team always stays there, so they have like a partnership with that hotel kind of thing. And
Oh, yeah, okay.
you got us like $90 off a night in
That's
that
sick.
hotel. Yeah, it was like maybe 120 a person a night.
Not
No,
bad.
no,
Well,
120 a room a night. 120. So
beauty.
it was like $70 like $65 a person a night. So it was like you couldn't really ask for much better. I like a really nice hotel, but yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and this is where one of the stories comes in. Um, by the way, I don't know if you've ever had Buffalo Wild Wings. They're full on drumsticks, dude. They're not wings. They're
I haven't.
insane. I now fully understand
Why there's so much hype?
why Americans are
So fat?
so fat.
Yeah.
Like, not to be rude for any American listeners, as if there are any. I understand why the country is like at the average weight that they are, because these wings were insane. Like Cactus set it up like, yo, 10 wings is too much. Don't get more. Especially if we're getting food later with Colton, don't get more than 10. I'm like, I won't get more than 10, but it can't be that bad. I got them and I'm like, wow, this is fucked. This is insane. So Cactus, me and Evan get 10 wings each so we could split the flavors kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cactus got honey, garlic, and hot, right? I
Okay.
got Parmesan and garlic and Buffalo Ranch. And
Ooh.
then yeah, it was unbelievable. And then Evan got honey barbecue and honey garlic, I think, boneless. Idiot.
Oh,
Um,
boneless?
yeah, I know. We chirped
Oh,
him
did
for
his
that.
wife order him?
Yeah,
Order it for him? Jesus.
yeah, we both chirped him for that.
Yeah, okay, okay. Good, good.
So, Cac, did I say he got honey garlic?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he ordered honey garlic and hot. Because the honey garlic is not a states thing. I don't know if you know this.
Really?
It's weird. It's like a limited time flavors honey garlic wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's weird. It's a staple up here, but like
What the fuck?
it was like this crazy new flavor that they have, honey garlic. Or like,
It's like ketchup chips.
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah, it was
uh,
weird.
all right.
Um, but yeah, but he gets honey barbecue and hot instead. And he was like, "Oh, I ordered honey garlic, but it's fine." She was like, "No, it's okay. Like, we can get you five like on the house. Like, that's no problem." He's like, "No, honestly, it's okay. Like, I'm good with this." And she's like, "No, we insist. Like, we'll get you the five wings. You can keep those as well. We'll just get you five on the house." He's like, "All right, thank you, thank you." We never got the fucking wings. Like they just never brought him out. And so
And
we're
then
like,
it's like I kind of feel bad, but like,
yeah.
where the fuck are my wings?
So like we're waiting. We each got like a pint of middle, like 10 wings, and then Evan and Austin split tater tots because they were on the happy hour menu as well.
Okay.
And so Austin's waiting for these wings, hasn't got them yet. And the waitress comes up. She's like, "Have you gotten the wings yet?" And he's like, "No, I haven't." And she's like, "Do you still want them?" I'm so sorry, like whatever. Austin's like, "I mean, do we have time, boys?" I was like, I was gonna get like a side of fries as well. Cause
Yeah.
like I just want something to pick at, not just wings. He's like, "All right, if he's gonna get the fries, then I'll have time to get the wings. That's fine." The waitress that originally took our order, a table sat down after us, like 20 minutes after us. He she brought two sides of fries after that she brought them their main food and then never dropped a side of fries off at our table. And we still haven't got the wings, the honey garlic wings.
Oh,
And we're at this point, it's been like 15 minutes since the second time I ordered the fries and the wings. And we're like, let's just get the fucking bills. Like, this is ridiculous. And she was like, sorry, it's been so busy. And like in my head, I'm like, yo, you
bro,
literally
you
brought my
brought,
order. You brought my
yeah.
order and walked past me twice. Drop them off to me and make them wait. Like, this is unbelievable. But the wings were delicious, but the service was just
Garbage.
trash. Yeah, but it was all right. And then we go over to Colton's house. Like, he has a nice pad that's paid for, and come back. We're gonna have dinner together, and we get seated at this like cocktail lounge slash steakhouse kind of thing. It was a decent vibe. It
Pretty
was like
fancy.
yeah, it wasn't like incredibly like expensive, but it was like it had that kind of vibe to it.
Hmm.
And I got this steak sandwich with fries,
Nice.
and it was really good. It wasn't just like the thinly sliced steak at like pizza places. It was like a full on steak cut up onto a sandwich with like mayo and sauteed
Money.
onions. It was delicious, dude. Then I just got fries and it had like the gluten friendly sign, but like beside it. So I'm like, money, got the gluten free bun as well. Um, and then our food comes. I pound it back, but mind you, it wasn't a good idea to eat that much because we had Buffalo
Wings
Wild
before.
Wings like 3 hours before this. So we were like,
Hmm.
realistically, why are we doing this? Um, so we go to the game. Colton gets us a suite instead of just tickets like the Friday game. We
Ooh.
were sitting in a suite with him and watched the game. Um, had a couple beers before. It's like the third period, second intermission. We each get a drink, and I'm like, yo, like I think I've had way too much beer this weekend. Like I'm just not like feeling up to it right now. Like I'll get a high noon, and so Evan like gets us a couple high noons and a beer. I'm
Hmm.
drinking it, and I'm just like so full to the tits. Like I'm bloated. I'm like
Yeah.
I just like I'm nursing this high noon.
Feeling like ass.
Yeah, and so it gets to like 9:30,
Hmm.
and I'm like, and Evan's like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'll be honest, I'm not feeling too hot right now." So he's like, "Yeah, you look kind of pale," and I'm like, "That's a sign." Go up to the room, dude. I ate gluten.
Yep.
I was throwing up and shitting for 2.5 hours till like 11:30. I'm like, this is
Terrible.
horrific.
Hmm.
This is terrible. And what made it suck even more was that Saturday was like the go night for us because Colton was able to come out with us and they would like win the league if they won,
Yeah, if they won.
like the President's Trophy.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning 1-0.
And you missed it.
So they're going out, right? And I'm just like in the hotel room, like getting everything out. Like I'm in so much pain. It just sucks. I'm miserable, right?
Hmm.
And in and out of sleep. Evan and Cactus come and hang out in the room for a bit because like it takes time for the boys to get out of the dressing rooms and stuff. And they end up going out and they're like, yo, we'll just like keep you updated on where we are and just like show up when if you want to come out. And I'm like, okay, like because there's been times where it's like I've been able to go out, like I've been
After.
getting yeah, it's just like I have to take my time and like be conscious of like what I'm doing.
Of course.
11:30 comes around and I'm like, okay, Jevin, like let's just fucking go out. Like let's just or it's like 12. It's like 12, 12:15 and I'm like, let's just go out. I think I got everything out of my system. Let's do it. Let's try it. And I was fine for the rest of the night. I felt good. I didn't tell them I was coming out. I just showed up to where they last updated me. Showed up, felt like the life of the party. They got pretty hyped. They brought me up to Colton's team where they were partying. He brought me into their like not backstage, but their spot in the club or whatever. I drank out of the cup, just drank like a high noon out of the cup or whatever. He made me do it, and I'm like, probably shouldn't. I told myself I wasn't gonna drink, but like I can't say no to this,
No, of course.
right? So like I do it. It was a really good night for the rest of the night. And then we're kind of bar hopping and we're walking out and we're like, let's check out this Amsterdam spot. It's called Amsterdam. It's like a lounge spot. It kind of looks like hookah lounge, cocktail bar, Scotch lounge,
That sort of
times
vibe.
nightclub or whatever.
Hmm.
It's like has like three different environments in one property. We walk in, I give this guy my ID, and he's like, "Do you have an American ID or an American passport?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Sorry, man, we can't let you in." I'm like, "My what?" He's like, "Yeah, state law, you have to have an American ID." I'm like, "That's not true at all." He's like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, I'm like, "Dude, we've been on every fucking spot on the street the past couple days." He's like, "We follow the rules better." And I'm like,
Shut the fuck up. You're
what the fuck?
American.
Meanwhile, beside me is another bouncer scanning Evan's ID and letting him through. And I'm like, and then the guy stops Evan. He's like, "No, guys, like, you guys can't come in. You have Canadian IDs. You need American IDs." And even Evan and Austin are like, "What the fuck? That's not true. We've been on every spot on in this fucking city. That's no." And they're like, "We just follow the rules better." And Evan's like, so it's just your rules then." He's like, "No,
Yeah.
it's state law." And he's like, "No, like it's just you guys who told us this. So like it's just you guys." So then we were like, "You guys are fucking losers. We're out of here anyways. Like this spot looks dumb." So then we just leave and we just party with the team for the next few hours, go back to bed, and then we play golf in the morning. But
What a
yeah,
time.
yeah. And then on the way home, we caught Sonic because we wanted to try and have spots that are just like American chains. So we have like Jersey Mike's before we leave, like right after golf before we hit the road. And then we eat Sonic in like Everett.
Hmm.
And we were like kind of hyping up Sonic because they were like, "Yo, these milkshakes are unbelievable." Have you ever had Sonic?
I have, yeah.
Yo, we ate it and we were like, "That was the worst stuff I've ever had." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is unbelievable. Like this is so bad." I couldn't even get a burger there. I just got fries and a milkshake because they didn't do lettuce
Yeah.
wraps. And I'm like,
That's weird.
"Yo, that's was the worst experience of my life." And then we were like hurting for the rest of the trip. And now my shoulder hurts whenever I breathe in. So I think Sonic ruined me for life. And
Oh
it's
boy.
yeah, I don't know what happened, and I forgot my AirPods in the hotel room. So
Yeah, that is a tragedy if I've ever heard one.
yeah, well, because we went to this spot, like Evan was tired all day. Like Evan and Austin were tired all day from like golf, just having a
Hmm.
long day and stuff like that. And then they went partying longer than me. Like they were just so beat. And we were going to go to bed, and then we went to this hole in the wall pizza place called Pie Hole. Dude, such a culture shock because they're like swearing at customers, telling them to shut the fuck up, like all this kind of things. And
Oh,
like
it's one of those
it's
restaurants, eh?
no, but it's just like it's not a sit down, it's just behind the counter and like like
That's weird.
there's like these antique lockers or whatever, and they were saying like don't touch the lockers, and people kept touching them. They're like, "Don't fucking touch the lockers. What the fuck did I touch?" Like they're full on going at it. I'm like, this is America, baby. Like Canada is not usually like that. It's like, what did we say? Don't touch it, please. Like whatever. But then Americans are like, "Yo, that fucker right there, don't fucking touch." Like they're going full on in on them, and I'm like, "Yep, we're in Boise, right? Like we're in the States, dude. Like this is different."
It's almost
And
like thinking like, are they acting or is this
yeah,
real?
yeah. And then we were like, "Yo, like, what are these lockers about?" And they were like full on like, "Well, it's like they belong to these other people. And these fucking retards are fucking like they're going crazy." And I'm like, "Wow, like this is like." I know like people talk shit about each other, but this is like employees talking to customers like that. I've never really experienced with that in like in person before.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I'm like, these Americans go crazy. But no, like I didn't really have any of the pizza because I couldn't. But then um Evan was uh Evan was beat and he was fucking full on snoring like a diesel truck when we went to bed. So I had to get my AirPods and put them in on noise canceling and play like this go to sleep music because
White
I
noise.
literally couldn't because this fucking guy was waking up the entire neighborhood with a snore. And then I woke up and I think instead of putting them on the nightstand, I left them on the bed or whatever. I thought I had everything. And I went to
Oh.
go open up my AirPods case on the SkyTrain this morning and they just weren't there. And I was like,
Wait, like you left your AirPods, but you still have the case?
yeah. Cause I took them out of the case and I put them in my duffel bag. But then when I woke up, I didn't take my AirPods off the bed. Like I just like put them beside me.
Oh, that is painful.
Yeah. So I got a hold of the hotel, like the lost and found section. They're like, "Yeah, we got him right here. We'll our shipping guy went home, but we'll get you a price, a quote, and everything is estimated time of arrival, and we'll ship in over to you."
Wow,
Yeah.
that is lucky as fuck.
Yeah.
Holy.
So got everything sorted out there, and yeah, but back on the sauce. Didn't get as hammered as I thought I was going to all weekend, but
Hey, you
so
did end up throwing up, so I mean,
yeah, not the way I was expecting though. I FaceTimed Georgia, turtled over in the bathroom, and she was not impressed with me because she thought I was puking from like alcohol.
drinking.
And
Yeah.
I told her I was like, I ate gluten. She was like, oh no. And then she immediately felt bad for me. But yeah, it was time, man. It was a time and a half, dude. It was a time and a half.
Jeez.
It's a good weekend though. Good weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. But me and you are in the fantasy playoffs finals.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a bigger letdown than Duncan's fucking team.
Yeah, same with Justin in my other league. He lost 4 weeks all year.
Yeah.
He's playing for third place right now. He
Dude,
lost.
it's tough. Like Duncan having the obviously best team. I mean, you held the crown for majority of the weeks, but his team inevitably came back from a 200-point deficit in like the last, couple weeks, and then
Our teams like rotated. Like his team started going off and my team started
yeah,
slowing down and I started losing more and it just inevitably he same
it just
record, more
happens.
points.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give you like my whole sort of deal with it because like the weekend before, like Kiana didn't have people playing on the Sunday, and it was like I needed to like have this, and it went down to the last game. Like that was nervous. Sunday, I just was like, I'm not going to win.
Yeah.
Like I picked up Johnny Hockey, I picked up Freddie Anderson the night before, thinking like that they were Carolina or on Saturday, thinking Carolina was gonna start him, but then they didn't. But then they're like, oh no, we'll start him against oh fuck, I don't even remember who they played, but like he ended up winning, got me 14 points, and Johnny Hockey got me 18. DeBrinket scored like everyone that I needed to like have a week had a week or
Yeah.
had a day, I should say. And I ended up getting like 35 or no, 60 more points than I was projected. And Duncan's team just like shit the bed.
Yeah, it's the worst, dude.
Absolutely shit the bed. Like and then he got a healthy scratched Charlie McAvoy, and then Mitch Marner for him got him negative. He picked up goalie, got him negative, the Ottawa goalie, and then the New Jersey goalie had the worst game like I think I've ever seen him play.
Well, and then also on the final day, like Marner was rested as well. Like he was healthy scratched as well. He was held
Yeah,
out for rest.
yeah, just negative week. Like
Yeah.
it was just uh, early in the week when McDiesel only got me 6 points on like the Tuesday or the Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm losing. Like this is not happening.
Yeah.
And then obviously McDiesel turned it up like last two games that he played for me. But it's like I need more.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to play. Like no one was scoring. Montour was negative. Lindholm was not doing anything. And then yeah, his team had the lead for like the whole week up until Sunday.
Yeah. That's just fantasy, man.
That
Like
is.
like Donald had like pasta and um Skinner start off with like a
Whew.
hat trick and a 35 save, like 43 save shutout, and I'm like,
Yep. 40,
it's just
44 save shutout.
yeah,
35 point night.
and I'm just like it's hard for me to get a leg up on this guy because anytime I have a decent day, like Draisaitl gets 2 assists, but who gets the 2 goals? It's fucking Evander Kane who he has,
Evander
and
Kane, yeah.
it's like I can't get a leg up on this guy. Skinner gets a 43 save shutout that same game, and I'm like, it's just I'm
Fuck.
like I'm still like winning, but he has more players playing. He's projected to win or whatever. And
Mm.
then Saturday night, I have a fucking day.
You had a day and a half, man.
180 points. Both my goalies had good wins. Everyone
Absolutely.
recorded at least 2 points. Draisaitl had a hat trick. I had a really good day. Like Carlson got me 4 assists. He he got more fantasy points than Draisaitl, and yeah, my team had a day, and that ultimately put gave me the
Won you
leg
the
up.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now I guarantee myself a profit this year, so I can't really complain.
I
Um
agree.
I my other fantasy league is $20 buy-in as well, so I'm gaining $10 profit from this year, so I can't exactly be upset about it. Um, yeah. So I guess good luck to you. It's extended.
To
The
Wednesday.
fantasy season, it's like extended to like the rest of the season, I think, because like that would
Hmm.
only make sense why there's so many games. They wouldn't leave off
Yeah,
like a small bit of it. So like I'm thinking of bumping the ads up to 6 since
and I'm in favor of
then
that.
there's probably going to be a lot of rest days and stuff like that, and I think doesn't hurt anyone. And like I'm not doing it just because I'm in the finals, but it's just like in my other league, I'm not in the finals, and I proposed that to them, and they were all in for it. So I'm like, if it could be something. It's like 70 games at like 4 ads. Like that's kind of hard to like
Yeah, that's
manage
so
a
hard to
roster.
maneuver.
So I'm gonna bump it up. But yeah, fantasy playoffs, finals. I think it's gonna be a close week between us. Um, it's gonna be very
Definitely.
interesting.
Did you put
But
in a waiver claim for Byram?
no,
I did.
I put in a waiver claim for Evander Kane.
Donald dropped Kane?
Yeah, because I think
Jeez.
he was trying to like come back on Sunday, so he was like dropping people who weren't playing, and
That's yeah, I mean like that's what you got to do, right?
yeah, so I'm gonna have the Evander Kane Draisaitl stack.
I mean, unless I get him. I'm kidding.
Honestly, yeah,
Good. Fuck, I didn't see him drop Kane. I mean, may the best man win.
he's buried in the transaction trends because he's on waivers, right? So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't really see him, but yeah, should be good, should be fun. Let's go to question of the week. I came up with this just before we started pressing record, but I still like it as a question. True or false? All sporting home teams should wear white while the visitor wears their dark jerseys.
False.
False.
Yeah.
I am true.
I think the home team should get to wear whatever the fuck they want.
Okay,
So like they can choose like the NFL, right? The
yeah, I
NFL, the
guess.
home teams get to choose whatever they want to wear because I get the reason, right? Like you don't see the white jerseys all the time for the home team because they're away. But in retrospect, they should get to wear whatever they want because of the color rush stuff, and specifically New Orleans, they're a black primary color team, but the color rush is white.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay, well then that means you can wear this color rush because you get to choose, and then inevitably the other team gets to wear their home colors, and it's a win-win. But I guess in hockey, because basketball is like that too. Basketball, you can just see any team wear anything, and it doesn't matter. There's a new five jerseys every year, it seems like.
yeah.
But like with hockey, I guess. Well, no, because sometimes the Canucks wear their white ones at home, don't they?
No,
No.
hasn't
Huh.
happened in a while.
Then I guess my whole answer is I'm on the false side only because they should be able to choose.
See, I can get on board with that. But if they were to be given, you don't have a choice. Like this X team wears this at home. I think home teams should wear white because it's not that we don't see the white ones a lot. It's just that every single Canucks home game, it's blue and green versus white.
Yeah.
Where it's like if we wear white, then we get to see Montreal Canadiens red jerseys, or
Red.
Pittsburgh Penguins black and gold, or St. Louis blue and yellow.
Yeah, you get more diversity in
Like you
there.
get different colored jerseys, and I think it would just be it. It's not like a huge deal, but it makes the games more aesthetically pleasing and like kind of cool. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
I don't often get to see like the dark Kachina jersey in person.
Yeah.
Like,
In that case, then I will full frontal agree with that because it will just get so boring seeing like the other team's primary as a trim and it have it be white.
yeah, it's
And
just
it's
like
like,
we
what the
see the
fuck?
blue and green jerseys all the time. Obviously, the more and more as the season goes on, we're seeing the retro skate jersey as well. Like, I
Oh yeah.
understand that. Like, I totally get it, and that's why I can agree. I agree with you on the front where it's like home teams, home teams should get to choose. But I
100%.
think like the primary home jersey should be white, and away
It
jerseys should go. We should go back
it
to that.
makes sense for marketing wise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I just think it would like it'd make games look like more cool to watch, but.
I
Um,
agree. I agree.
All right. Yeah, that was question of the week. Might have been a week question of the week, but
No, not at
so
all. We had a
so
good
it's
debate about it.
always an interesting conversation topic.
100%.
All right, let's get into some notes around the league. Um Canucks. They go on a 0-3 week, losing 6-5 to St. Louis in overtime, 5-4 to Calgary in overtime, and 4-1 to LA in regulation. Um, St. Louis was kind of a barn burner.
Yep.
Hughes had himself an absolute day, getting 3 points. Kuzmenko got his 36th and 37th of the year. Just like an all-around decent game. Nothing really to write home about. Wasn't Demko's best. What can you
Mhm.
do? 5-4 loss to Calgary. Toffoli got his revenge tour.
Oh,
Vancouver, 2 goals. Two natural goals, I guess.
see, that was the
Including the
night that
overtime
scared
winner.
me because Duncan had to Foley.
Oh, yeah.
And
I understand that.
that's what almost like just put it in the can. And you know what?
Yeah.
He rubbed it in a little, and I think karma came to bite him in the ass.
Can't be selling. You can't be selling too early, man. You can't be
No,
selling too. Wait till the clock hits zero, buddy. Wait till the clock hits
especially
zero. Really cool moment. Canucks new signee out of Northwestern, Aiden McDonough, recorded his first career goal in his first career game. Shout out to the kid. But news came before pregame. Philip Hronik has been shut down for the rest of the season, due to a shoulder injury. I'm surprised that move didn't happen earlier.
right?
I think
I
it's
was thinking
best
the
to
exact
just
same thing.
rest him up. He played for like what, like 6 games, and then he was hurt.
If
Like, so it's at least they were aware to like do that and shut him down, rest up the shoulder for next year. Wait till like, yeah, totally understand.
hmm
But Kuzmenko was the latest of names to announce that he will not be wearing the Pride jersey in warm up due to family matters and everything like that. And the way I hear about it, I think just for the sake of the safety of his family, I think he had to pull this maneuver. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I was very surprised when I read that because of Kuzmenko and kind of the person he is. But I also just hear Russia, if they see something that you go against their beliefs, then
yeah.
they will not be afraid to hold your family hostage and like shit like that. I don't
hmm
know much about the politics, but I know that Putin and Russia is something you don't want to fuck around with. So I think I don't know Kuzmenko at all behind closed doors. I don't know what he goes on in his personal life, but if this has any reason to do with that or his religious beliefs, whatever, I think it's important to like take care of that. Um, it's always such a sensitive topic to talk about.
Yep.
We've hammered it a few times, pretty consecutively on the show about the no pride warm jerseys. But what were your thoughts when you saw that Kuzmenko was not going to be wearing the jersey?
I'm glad we get to talk about this because I really want to kind of right my wrongs here. Um, I can't remember specifically if I had said that people who are Russian and don't wear it are in the wrong, If I did, I I totally want to eat my words, but if I didn't, then then I'm being full frontal here. Russia's a scary fucking place.
Yeah.
Shaden was telling me that the government actually, this is how crazy the government is. They will lock your doors from the outside if they see fit.
Jesus.
So I totally understand Russians not wearing this. It's for the safety of their family. Because if you
Yeah.
don't think that there's Russian spies living in Canada, America, everywhere, then you're delusional because there's American spies living everywhere as well. It is a real thing, and it's not just movie shit. Like that stuff goes on. But you know, Putin, as much as he does, I'll say this: as Putin, as much as he does good for the country,
He's a
people
piece of
who
shit, dude.
live, yeah, people who live not in Russia and have a life in Canada and in America, for the most part, have it nice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have to pay $8 for a gallon of milk, and our eggs cost $12 for 12 eggs. But at least the government doesn't, they oversee us, but at least they don't do it to an extent where we can literally be on house arrest just because we wore or had something of the rainbow variety.
Yeah.
So, like the
It's
other
like,
day, I had a biofuel drink and it was the rainbow flavor. I could have been shot.
yeah. It's no, it's scary, man. And when it gets to that point where it's like, if I wear this, like I'm putting my family at risk because I'm not with them, and like, it's scary, dude. So like, I just like we've had this conversation many times, so I don't want to sound like a broken record, but
Of
I'm
course.
kind of getting to the point where it's like you got to take care of personal matters, and if this is gonna harm that or put any of that at risk, then just do whatever you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you have to do.
Agreed.
Canucks lose 4-1 to LA. With that win, the LA Kings officially clinch a playoff spot, so it's trending towards right now Edmonton versus LA in the first round,
Yo, that is so fucked.
but I'm pretty sure um first place in the Pacific is still up for grabs, so Edmonton could still grab it.
It is.
It's still up for grabs. Edmonton could grab it, and Calgary could just make the playoffs, and it could be uh Battle of Alberta in the first round potentially. So that could be really exciting. And with the
I.e.
Jets,
8-7.
yeah, and with the Jets winning 6-0, um, I think against Dallas on
Yep,
Sunday.
Dallas
On
crushed Dallas.
Yeah, 6-0 on Sunday,
6-1.
6-1. The Jets
Hellebuck
win.
lost his shutout at 13
Oh,
seconds left.
wah, wah. Officially eliminated the Canucks from playoff in contention. Which kind of thanks me because with the way the Canucks were playing for a bit, I was like, you better not just barely squeeze in. I'm gonna fucking kill every one of my family if you guys make the playoffs. But Canucks are officially done, which I think will give them more. They might play the young guys, maybe play themselves to a better pick. Hopefully that's the case. But
Yep, might have to
uh
drop Demko.
yeah. News out of Vancouver though. More news. They signed a goalie. I don't know if you read up on this guy at all, but let me read you some of his stats from this year. He's
Okay.
22. He stands 6'6", 229 pounds.
Jacob Markstrom, who?
He recently concluded his second season in Hockey Allsvenskan in Sweden, SK, the SK League. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word. It has dots on every 2 dots over every fucking letter, and I'm just not even going to attempt. He led all goaltenders in games played with 45 and 28 wins. Um, Additionally, he ranked fourth in save percentage with a 910, fifth in goals against average with a 2.1, and he was tied for fourth most shutouts in the league with 4. Um, Guided the team to the quarterfinals, posting a 2.43 goals against average, 920 save percentage in 6 games, 2-4 record. Not much you can do. Looks like a first round exit. Um, Yeah, he played in 34 regular season games. He won 11-21 during the first season. Um, but yeah, it looks like, oh, what's this? Um, During the first season, before playing in the best of seven relegation series against this other team that I'm not even going to try and pronounce. They won the series 4-2. He appeared in all six games, and he registered a 157 goals against average and a 951 save percentage to go along with two shutouts. So
Ooh,
goaltending is always a position where you can never have too many in
the building.
you can never have too many in the system. So it seems like this guy got a lot of things you can't teach, but a lot of things like if you polish on them, then holy shit, this guy, his ceiling can be whatever you want to make it to be. So yeah, I'm really excited for that from the Canucks perspective.
Absolutely. I mean, I know any league that isn't the NHL is different than the NHL, but numbers are numbers. And you put them on an actual team that has way more in-depthness, I guess, of coaching and everything like that, that this guy can be anything. And
Yeah.
it just speaks to me of purely because of size and capability. It purely just screams like we just got another Jacob Markstrom.
Yeah.
Because before he left for Calgary, and even last year of Calgary, Buddy was on a tear.
Yeah, he was a Vezina nominee last year or 2 years
Absolutely.
ago.
And now he's gone 8 games of letting in the first shot on net.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen. So if this guy's trajectory speaks anything, it's he'll be Demko's backup in 2 years. He'll come over, take the job. Demko will be traded midway through the season, and he'll go win a cup while this guy is our new goalie while we sign him 5 years to six, maybe if the cap goes up, $7.5 million a year.
Yeah, and then we'll trade him, and then we'll be right back to ground zero with
It's
no
an
goaltending.
everlasting system for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, it
Don't
rinse
be great, but be just good enough.
be so incredibly mid. It's Merry Mid Miss is fucking Vancouver's slogan.
Merry midness.
Yeah, it's my God. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what this goalie can do because even like Jacob Markstrom when we got him from Florida in the Luongo trade, uh, he was not good. Like he
No.
wasn't polished at all. But we have some really good goalie coaches in Ian Clark, and he got Markstrom to where he was. He got Markstrom a $30 million contract. So it's like with this kind of development for goalies, I don't know what it is about it. We can't really develop defensemen, but there's something about goalies that we can somehow find a knack for. And I think Ian Clark, he has very high praise around the entire league, and we were
Oh,
lucky enough to get
definitely.
him and lock him in. And I think that helps a lot if you can have that brick wall as your last line of defense. It can go a long way to help making the team more confident. You saw the in the bubble, we saw the way Demko played, and Aquilini thought we were a contender, and that ruined us forever. So maybe it's terrible. We should fire Ian Clark because I think he's the reason why we're
He's
not
too
rebuilding.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the reason we're not rebuilding. So fire Ian
Fucking
Clark. We
hell.
shouldn't keep him, actually. I take that back. But
Fuck, trade
uh,
him for a pick.
yeah, seriously, the Sean Payton style. We'll
Absolutely.
give you Ian Clark for two first round picks and Stuart Skinner, Edmonton. Come on, baby, give it to us.
Oh, you would
Yeah.
absolutely do that. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
DP. No, but I'm excited to see what this guy can do. Like 6'6", 220, you can't teach that. Like
No.
it goes a long way with goalies. So
He's basically just going to be a wall and not move, and shots won't go in.
yeah, it's gonna be like Vasi. Just get just get gear that's two sizes too big, and you'll literally cover every inch of the net.
Boom. Cheat
Money.
code.
Yeah. So we're recording this Monday. This episode's coming out Wednesday, which means Canucks Seattle happened last night.
Yes,
Great game.
sir.
Another loss under the belt. Seattle chasing for that wild card one spot in the Pacific. What did you notice in last night's game, Hid?
Well, it was a barn burner.
Yeah.
Yeah. barn burner that just went, the Kraken's way as they're on their way to securing a wild card spot. And the Canucks just realized that they're not making playoffs, so who the fuck cares?
Play the young guys, you know?
Like you
Play the-
said,
yeah.
that's exactly what happened. Play the young guys. Miller, quiet night because he didn't really need to be there.
No.
Same thing with Kuzmenko. Sheldon Dries,
Great player, great depth player.
great depth player.
A nice
Absolutely.
nice goal in an apple last night. He scored off of Pedersen's assist because
Of
Pedersen's a
course.
nice guy.
Just Pedersen, the
Pedersen
facilitator.
chasing that 100-point season.
Yeah, has to get that contract.
Oh
Like
yeah, just open up Aquilini's wallets. I respect it.
easy.
I
And
respect.
then you know who I really like? Burrows, man. He
Oh,
never
another
takes shit
fight.
from anyone.
Another
Another fight.
fight.
Yeah. And this, unlike the one that happened against LA, he actually like forcefully won. So I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta love Burrows.
Yeah. Good, cheap
That's
contract who stands up for the boys.
another thing the Canucks are good at. Finding people with the last name Burrows.
Yeah. Undrafted Burrows. That's what we find.
Money.
Yeah.
And
No,
almost
but
wears the same number too.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Colin Delia's night. 5-2 loss. Sheldon Dries and Pedersen are the goal scorers. But yeah. All right, how wrong are we gonna be on that?
I can't wait for Demko to start and pitch his
Yeah.
shutout.
Canucks win 6-0. Pedersen gets no points.
Oh, fucking hell. Demko gets a goalie goal.
Oh, imagine if you call that. That's holy shit, buy a lottery ticket.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to around the league. Bruins, fourth team in NHL history to reach 60 plus wins. They do inevitably clinch the President's Trophy. They're just having their magical season continues. There's not really much we can say about it except like, holy fuck. It's so hard to bet against this team, but playoffs, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like the playoffs, we already know the East is gonna be a bloodbath, whatever. And just with how high like the media is around Boston, and even like my fucking dad, like Duncan and I were talking about it on Thursday, and he was like, if it's any other team other than Boston, you're wrong. And I'm like, that just makes me think, oh fuck, as the goalie for Vegas gets scored on. Fuck. But that just makes me think Boston's not gonna win it.
If
Like,
Ash put a fucking Mark Messier guarantee on it, I'm going elsewhere.
yeah, like it just the stink on it now. It's like it's real.
Because if he's right, you're never gonna hear the end of it. As if like
Ex-
he's the only one picking Boston. It's their sleeper team.
exactly. And it's like, no, you're just wrong. So it's just everything seems to be going so right for Boston that a gear has to fall out of place. And this feels like it because in the NBA, Boston's killing it. In the NFL, Boston, New England
Was killing it.
was killing it, right? Like, and then it's just hockey. Like, yeah, they're a great team. They're the best team this year. That's obvious. But something's gonna happen. I can feel it.
It's either just not gonna be as much of a cakewalk as they're making it seem like it's gonna be, or like they're gonna hit like I think
They'll only play 16 games.
or like excuse me. Or like McAvoy's gonna go down, or Olmark's gonna pull something, and Swayman's gonna
Yeah.
like
Pasty's
like
gonna
they're
fall
fucking
off.
like their depth is
Insane.
crazy, but it's playoffs are so unpredictable.
Absolutely.
Fucking Tampa was Boston in 2018, and they got swept in the first round by a team who was chasing the last spot and playing hot in the playoffs. Boston hasn't really had anything to play for in the past 3 months,
Hmm.
right? But like that last Florida, if they just squeeze in and they're playing hot at the right time,
Yeah, literally. Like,
like
don't count out Bobrovsky because some nights he can let in a 6 piece. Other nights he can look like the best goalie on the world and make sprawling saves you never seen in your life.
yeah, well, even if it wasn't for a guy named McDavid, Matt Tkachuk would be like winning the heart right now. Like with how he's
Exactly.
been carrying Florida, like playoffs are so it's how you're playing into it, it's health, it's everything, and man, it's gonna be very interesting to see how Boston is like you even saw Florida the way they were handling teams last year, or yeah, last
Yeah,
year,
last
and
year.
Washington had a 3-2 series lead on them,
Yep.
and or like a 2-1 series lead on them or something like that, 2-0 maybe, and Florida had to come back and win in six.
Yep.
Like Washington had Florida by the fucking nuts, and like it's not going to be easy for Boston, especially with this loaded East. So like, shout out to them for winning the President's Trophy. 60 wins is truly something special.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even think they've cracked 10 regulation losses. Like they're absolutely cracked. Um, but yeah, playoffs. It's hard to bet against them, but it's also hard to completely be 100% confident in them. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see what happens. But sticking in the East, Devin Levi makes his NHL debut Friday against the New York Rangers. He put up about 31 saves, beating the Rangers in overtime. Um, he was a part of the losing Canada team to the Zegras American team in the World Juniors last year, if I'm not mistaken, the 2022 World Junior team. Um, but yeah, shout out to Devin Levi. He was really fun to watch for Canada, so congratulations to him. Getting a win against the Rangers in your first game. Not too shabby for Buffalo.
Not bad at all.
As we mentioned before, Skinner, if it was a 43 save shutout. I checked
Oh,
check fantasy, but 43,
damn it.
44 doesn't really fucking matter. It's still a very impressive evening against an LA team who you more than likely going to see in the playoffs. McDavid scores his 300th goal in his 563rd game. That's a total of 841 points in 563 games. Absolutely insane. I read this stat that Gretzky got his 1000th point in his 470th game when he was 23 years old.
Brother.
Yeah. McDavid has 841 and he's 26. That just showed Gretzky was on a different level in his era. Um,
But then I also heard a quote from Gretzky or whatever. It's like he got that 91 goal season. He's like, yeah, I was just pissed at myself. I didn't get 100. And it's like, man, shut up.
but I totally get that though. If you're so close,
It's
like,
so hard to
fuck.
just. Could you imagine? Like, he would be the only ever player to score 100 points or 100 goals in a year.
Yeah.
There,
And
no one's topping it.
yeah, he was saying he was like there was like 8 or 9 games like I didn't score and so like I could have gotten 100. It's like I hate you, dude. All
Yeah,
right.
literally, fuck off,
Yeah,
Gretzky. All
got
right, we
50.
know you're the goat. Okay.
Yeah, 50 and 39 games, got 92, like whatever, dude. Whatever. We saw history made on April 1st, the day after that 43 save shutout from Skinner. April 1st saw some history made. 5 hat tricks and 5 shutouts. The first time since 1989. So I guess it wasn't history made, but history was repeating itself. Alex Tuck, Buffalo's Alex Tuck, Boston's David Pastrnak, Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl, San Jose's Noah Gregor, and Florida's Carter Verhaeghe puts up a four-piece natural hat trick. Um, and then we got Toronto's Ilya Samsonov, Edmonton's Jack Campbell, Florida's Alex Leon, Tampa's Andre Vasilevsky, and Carolina's Antti Ranta putting up shutouts. Uh, very fucking insane. You see just like the average Joe on Dallas, and he has 32 goals, and it's like scoring is up insane the past few years. It's fucked. I don't know what
Yep,
they're putting in this equipment now, but like as much as scoring's up, like goaltending's gotten a lot better too. It's just the NHL is in a very good place right now.
absolutely. What a time to become a fan.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure there's 9 players projected to get 50 goals this year. Like that's a lot.
If the pace keeps up, yeah, it's looking like
It
that.
was it was like 9 to 12. Like I think this was the projection I saw was like a few weeks ago, but like I saw it was like 9 to 12 um 9 to 12
People are
players were
projected.
projected to get 50 or more goals, and it's like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's actually crazy.
yeah, it's yeah, I'm excited to see what happens and see where everyone finishes up. But yeah, Jason Robertson, he breaks a Dallas Stars franchise record with his 94th and 95th point, passes legendary legend, absolute beautician Mike Modano, one of the greatest American players of all time. Not a bad milestone accolade to have under your belt for Jason Robertson there, passing a fucking legend like that. Uh. Letang. Chris Letang, he reaches his 1000th game against Philadelphia back on Sunday. Congratulations to him. And our boy Steven Stamkos is nearing that milestone as well. He's sitting at 998 games or 999 games as well. So who knows? Maybe when you're listening to it, Stamkos has clipped that milestone. I was reading on it. He has um he's basically just over a sniff above point per game in his career, and the amount of bullshit this guy has had to go through is fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
Broken leg, broken nose, concussions. Dude, it's like you got the broken nose and broken leg in the same against Boston, both against Boston. And like the broken leg prevented him from making the 2014 team. It's just like trash, dude.
Yeah.
So Stamkos, one of my favorite players growing up. It's good to see him clip that 1000th game. And of course, shout out to Chris Letang as well. Um, legendary defenseman, legendary part of the famous Pittsburgh trio.
Of course. Cannot forget someone like Chris Letang.
Obviously, naturally. New York Rangers Philip Hedl signs an extension with New York. 4 years. Ready for this? Fucking this looks like the number pi. 4.4375 a year.
What a weird number.
I know. How do you land on that?
Your agent's just like, yo, we can get this number. It's like, fucking do it right now.
Yeah, scrape them for full 0.4376. See if they bite on that.
No. Point 4375. Take it or leave it. Done.
Yeah, they s-
Okay.
they, they stall on that because of like 2 decimal places. Like fuck off, man. But yeah, when I saw that annual value, I wrote it down like 4.37. I was like,
This is like pie.
I'm missing two numbers here. What's going on? Four point
That's
four
funny.
three seven five. Yeah, so unnecessary, but I guess it's just the way the AAV landed out. Um, last point here. Did you see this? Elliot Friedman sunk. He tweeted that next season Arizona is to go to Houston.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sat on Saturday.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
asshole, dude.
Did he
Evan,
get you?
right before I totally forgot it was April 1st.
Yeah.
And I was about to tee off, and Evan's like, "No way!" And I was like, "What?" And then he looks and says, breaking news: Arizona will be moving to Houston for the start of next year." I'm like, "No fucking way! That's crazy." And then 3 hours later, I was like, "Oh my
Wait a
God!
minute. Yeah.
Oh my God!"
I
And
I saw that right away, and uh, I'd also had like a string of tweets that were just breaking news, like LeBron James is not going to play for the rest of the year. Breaking news: Lamar Jackson is signed with the Commanders. And say, all right, that one's already been done. But like breaking
yeah,
news, like just shit happened like that. It's like Arizona moving to Houston happened to be in the middle of it, and I'm like, round of applause. You got some people.
yeah, I saw that, and I will be honest, it
Kind of
did
got you.
it got me at
Yeah.
first, and I noticed because like Chicklets reposted it, and you know how Biz is with like Arizona. I played there,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it said end of an era, and then I was looking in the mentions, and people were like, "It almost got me, it almost got me," and I was like,
What do you mean it
"Oh
almost got
yeah,"
you?
I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck." So like I got, dude, I got.
Oh, that's funny.
Didn't Schefter have a few tweets that like were like fucking out there as well? Like I feel like he played the game as well on April
Let's
1st.
let's see. I'll check it.
Uh
I don't
yeah,
know if he
he
specifically did.
he might have like deleted them
Let's hope not.
because I don't see any. I see some from like 3 days ago, but that would have been like past it.
Yeah,
So
no, that would have been like
so
the Friday.
yeah, so I think he deleted them,
Must have, yeah.
but yeah, man, that's all I got for that's all I got for hockey news. It's getting really close to the playoffs. I'm really excited for I'm gonna watch a lot of it this year. I think the matchups are gonna be absolutely crazy. You see, you got Jack Eichel playing in the playoffs for the first time in his career, which is really exciting. Good for him. It seems like that Buffalo Vegas trade is kind of working out as a win-win. Probably leaning towards Buffalo just because of their future and the way they're playing this year, the way Tuck's playing. Like I just think the environment and Buffalo's crazy, but also Jack Eichel was having a really good year this year before he got an injury setback, but he's in the playoffs now, so good for him. Edmonton seems like they got their mojo going with like goaltending and everything. LA
Oh yeah.
continues to be everyone's sleeper pick. Minnesota's heating up as well. Colorado's starting to like the West is kind of turning it around a little bit. And
Definitely
the
heating up a lot more
yeah,
than the past fucking 6 months. Yeah.
and now you got like who's gonna get the last two spots between the Isles, Pens, Florida, and Buffalo? Like it's like there's a lot of battling going on for the last two spots. I
hmm
personally think it's Islanders and Florida, just because Pittsburgh seems to be way too inconsistent. Um,
Especially with
but
Jari.
yeah, and it's so hard. Like you got a shutout the other night after letting in like 10 goals in 4 games, or
Yeah.
like getting
And
pulled
and
four
who
times out of his last 10 starts, and Casey DeSmith being an absolute Swiss cheese.
fucking hell. You always get me with your fucking now what am I thinking of?
Banter? Saying?
References.
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 There it is. I was wondering where you're
Yes.
going with that. But yeah, it's gonna be very I'm excited to see how it holds out. Especially even in the West too. You got like Calgary, Winnipeg. You got a lot of teams over there like battling for the last spot as well. And I'm really hoping it's Winnipeg so that I can
So
catch a
that you
game
can
while
go
I'm
and
in.
catch a game. Yeah. Oh, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
I'll like I'll pay whatever. I'll tap my crack. I don't care. I wanna go catch a game. I'll make the three and
Oh,
a
a
half hour
playoff
drive.
environment. We haven't had those in 7 years. So fuck
Yeah.
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 Hmm. Now that's got me thinking. How much are Winnipeg Jets tickets going for right now?
Don't make me sad. Don't make me
I'll try. Single game ticket selections. Uh ooh, you know what? We'll go Nashville at oh no, we'll go Winnipeg at Minnesota. No, Winnipeg at Colorado. That'll be the biggest price. Let's see. What section you think? Just say a section.
um upper bowl
Yep.
320. I don't know if that's one.
Upper Bowl 320. It sure is. You're right behind a goalie net.
Okay.
Oh, $82
That's it?
to go and see Winnipeg versus Colorado. But like that's in like the upper bowl. Like you're 320 row 13.
Dude, I get Canucks tickets for the $120
Dude,
there. And they're not
that's
a playoff team. It's
that's
like
fucking insane, man. Like against Colorado too.
yeah, like that ticket price would be expensive as hell, but no,
Absolutely.
I guess it's relatively the same, but like Winnipeg's just a much more
Better
like
team.
playoff.
Dude, here's one. 110 right behind the net. Lower bowl, 121.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I'd pay that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Row 20.
And
So like you're at the back, but it's like
no, it's
lower
still
bowl. I would pay the extra 40
yeah.
bucks to go sit there.
And like I was telling Georgia this, I was like, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to take a day trip down to Winnipeg because it's not necessarily like a bucket list city that I want to, spend a full day in.
Very dangerous.
But I mean, like, if the game's at 7, I would leave at like 12:30 because it's a three
Yep.
and a half hour drive. Get there for 4, maybe 5 o'clock, and then just like go to a bar or something like that, and like
Fuck it.
just like
Make a
kind of
day of it.
yeah, just like at least like walk, maybe like check it out for a bit. But
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I can't believe actually how cheap like tickets are. Like here's
yeah,
another one. 236. You're almost like sitting in a box seat. $117.
I mean, we'll see how much it is once playoffs come around.
That's true.
It might go up a bit, but we'll see.
Oh my God. I'm an idiot. This is in Colorado.
You're so stupid.
No wonder they're so good. Oh, God damn it.
So
Oh,
realist,
you know what? But Winnipeg versus San Jose, cheapest ticket, $38.
not bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah, we take those. We take those. Hey, do you have any news in the football world?
The news in the football world is that there have been just a bunch of depth signings at uh every team. Uh, the more or less I think about the signings and look at them, it's like, oh, this player signed with this team. They were a former player from this coach who coached at this spot where they played. And it's like the NFL is just such a buddy system. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It happens. Like seeing the Broncos sign so many New Orleans Saints players. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, like Peyton likes the players he likes, coach players like the coaches they like.
Absolutely.
If I'm gonna be playing football, I'm gonna do it for someone I know I'm gonna love playing for. So I'll take a couple I there's definitely a point where it's like it gets to a certain amount where 6 mil is the same as 9 mil, and I'd rather play with Peyton instead of Mike McCarthy. It's like,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
okay with getting the 3 mil away and then playing for a coach who I know I'm gonna have a good time with.
Exactly.
So
Especially one that you've already played for, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. So I think like there's definitely like I'm I'm gonna be very stubborn on this certain amount, whatever. Um, like I want this no matter what. But when it gets to a point of like depth signings, it's like if I'm gonna be a bench player, then I'm gonna do it for someone I respect and someone who I
100%.
know and I'm willing to take either a few hundred grand less
Or a few
or
mil.
2 million more to
Yeah.
play for a guy who I know and love. So
Especially, yeah.
I understand.
Especially just with the vibe of like different teams and different cities.
Yeah, like I totally understand the buddy system in sports in general. Like you want if mental health is massive nowadays, and if you're playing for a guy who is treating you like shit, who you have no real like relation with, and it's like at some point this money doesn't even matter because I fucking hate this guy. But you
Totally.
want to enjoy your time wherever you're working, right?
Exactly. But yeah, other than that, nothing really to really speak of. Ezekiel Elliott was officially cut. The team says that they'd love to have him back, but then they just turned right around and they signed a running back, I'm pretty sure. So it didn't really fucking matter. So yeah, it should be interesting to see where Zeke goes.
I think that was another April Fool's one that got me. The Eagles
Zeke
signing
to the
him.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that one just didn't make sense as well because it's like, why would he go to Philly? They just signed uh the Seahawks running back, Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
So
But like I think I saw it and I'm like, oh, and then I looked at the account that tweeted. I'm like, oh, okay. Even if it wasn't April 1st, I wouldn't believe it.
it's like
So
Ballsack Sports or some shit.
no, it was like XXYZ football. It's like, all right.
It's cool. This makes sense.
Yeah, and they bought the blue check mark or whatever. It's like, I don't believe this for a second.
Not at all.
But hey, so we're done with hockey news, we're done with football news, but we're not done at all quite yet. It is our end of episode draft game this week, and the Masters are on tomorrow, I guess, speak it into existence. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, it is Thursday, April 5th to, right? No, April 6th to 9th, right? The Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 69.
Not bad. I can count. Is that good? But I guess like the whole tournament in general runs a few days extra. Just with pre-tournament stuff going
It's a
on.
whole week.
Yeah, it's basically
First
like
major of the year.
it's like Super Bowl week, kind of like the whole Masters facade and everything like that. But
Exactly.
we are doing a draft. I love the Masters. I only really do like golf drafts for the Masters, but we're gonna do one for every major this year. All right, buddy. We're gonna do one for every major this
I
year.
like it.
For this one, we are doing a 7-round draft, my friend. Some few prerequisites, I guess, or some minimal things you have to hit. We are branching away from the 5-round draft. We are going 7 rounds today. You must have a previous winner on your team. So they must have already donned the green jacket at some point. We must have one live player. At least one Canadian, at least one Asian golfer. So whether that be Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whichever. We must have a European. And yeah, that's all. Those are the minimums that we
We should
must
have an
hit.
amateur too.
An amateur? Sure.
Yeah,
Do an
instead of
amateur.
like instead of
Yeah, because I put North American, but like I feel like anyone else besides
amateur.
those
Yeah.
amateur. All right, I don't really know much of the amateurs, so I'm gonna have to do some
I don't
research
either, but
here.
I think I've seen 2 or 3. So
All right, yeah, okay. Let's do. I guess
I
heads are
have a whole list.
going to send that over, like take a picture and send it to me or something like that. Or I guess
Uh, yeah. Here, I'll send it through the
amateur
chat that we're on.
and all right.
That's nice. You get
Let's
to scroll through, get to see them. I think there's filters too.
let's peep this real quick.
There's absolutely no filters on this, so this is gonna be tough. It's gonna
All
be
right.
tough. Ah. Let's see. Can I search amateur? Nope. I just get. All right. This is gonna be interesting. Heads or tails?
Yeah, let me just do this.
All right.
Hey Siri, heads or tails?
It's tails.
Wait, what did you pick?
I didn't pick.
You're supposed to call it in the air, bud.
Fuck. I was looking at everything. Fuck. Okay. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, call it in the air.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's tails this time.
Fucker.
I'll go
Go.
first.
You'll go first. All right. I like
Yeah.
second. And we're just going back and forth. No snake for a 2-round draft, for a 2-person draft.
Exactly. Do you mind putting the list of like the requisites that we need to have in the chat?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, you texted me them, so I could just look at my phone, couldn't I?
I text you the photo.
Yeah. Okay. Instead of
The-
North American, it's
All
amateur.
right, amateur. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I can write down the list here. Hayden,
Okay. So
Jevon,
previous winner, live Canadian, Asian,
um,
European, North American. So wait, can Canadian also count as? Can Canadian just be North American then?
Well, like you must have at least a Canadian on your team. And then the rest can be like whatever. So like you can have
Oh yeah. Okay. One extra.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it'll be 7.
So it'll be a previous one, but like previous winners can be also a live player. So you
Yeah.
can like bang out like 2 birds with 1
two birds,
stone
one stone.
kind of thing, you know?
Okay. 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 Well. Okay. I like that. I like that. Then first pick. Give me Will Zalatoris.
Oh, the first overall pick, Will Billy Zalatoris.
I'm high. I'm high on him right now.
All right. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you to go that route. So now that kind of threw me into a loop. Um, okay. All right. Huh. I'm I think I'm gonna go with who I think is going to win it. Um, and I think he has to at some point.
Okay.
Give me Justin Thomas.
Really, really, really. Okay. JT.
Give me
Nice.
JT. I mean, top 3 golfer in the world. You can't really hate it.
Nope. Nope. Can't really.
All right. Who you got with
Okay.
the third overall pick? So I got just a
To
standard.
to bang out two birds with one stone, I'm gonna go with a live player who also has one, and that is Dustin Johnson.
DJ, not a bad pick. Not a
Uh,
bad pick at all. All right.
this is hard because it's not like we're just picking people who we think we're gonna win. We also have to meet like a criteria.
Yeah. Um, I am going. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. This is fucking hard, dude. I think I fucked up with that JT pick, not gonna lie. Okay. I'm gonna go with a previous winner and Asian descent. I'm gonna go Hideki Matsuyama.
Matsuyama, that's a good pick. I'm gonna quickly come back around with who I think has a really good chance to win it, other than Scotty Sheffy. Give me John Rahm.
I knew I should have gone wrong. Fuck. Yeah,
Also,
I'm butchering this right now.
and he's European too, so or he's Spanish. So
I'm butchering this right now.
you know what we didn't do last year? Someone didn't take Scotty Scheffler, and Tanner totally called us out for it.
I know. I like your team so much better than mine. Okay.
Damn, BJ Singh is playing in it. Love that.
So
Love that.
I'll go Scheffler.
Yeah, good pick. Good pick.
I'll go Scheffler. You can't not take the fucking best player in the world.
He's the favorite. Absolutely. I mean,
It's just like picking someone like back-to-back winners. Like, how often does that really happen?
exactly.
Oh, it screwed up. Okay, continue. No, do you know what? I don't hate my team at all.
All right. Oh, you scared me. You scared me. Uh, damn, you got Hideki.
Yo, the fucking criteria thing is throwing me off. Why did I decide to do this?
Absolutely. It's throwing me off too.
Because so
But
many
okay.
golfers are gonna be left off the board.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, that's why it makes it tough, and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going with another legend in the Korean game. Give me Siwoo Kim.
See, it was between Hideki and Siwoo for
Yeah.
me. There's the only 2 Asian players I put on my list was between those guys because I wasn't really thinking about anyone else.
Yeah, no, you really can't think about anyone else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I have
Okay.
my
So
last two criteria to meet. It's a Canadian and a amateur. And I feel like there's only 2 Canadians to really go for too. Is there anyone that's actually like part of all 3?
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter. There's no point.
Australia is European.
Yeah?
Was that your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna go Cam Smith.
I knew you were gonna go Cam Smith. I'm looking at him right now. Okay. So let's see. Who do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and my criteria is previous winner and live. Yep. European. Yeah. Asian. Yeah. Oh, and Will Zalatoris is a North American. Yeah. So I do only have. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
I
good.
wrote down like miscellaneous because it's kind of like anyone not
Yeah.
on the criteria.
Okay. Well, I have 3 picks left, so this kind of gives me a lot to play with here. Tiger Woods, I'm sorry. I'll admit you're the greatest golfer to ever play the game. He didn't play against plumbers. But Patrick Reed, you're a piece of shit. Louis Oosthuizen, for some reason you're always in the Masters.
And like the past couple times he's done half decent as well. So like,
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna go Colin Morikawa.
oh, great pick.
Yeah.
That's a really good pick.
He's also really into it, but he's a lot younger, so it just makes more sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. Um, just looking right now at the
At the field.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm just trying to
Francesco
find.
Molinari is also a good one too.
I'm just trying to find like all the amateurs.
Yep. Keith Mitchell. Isn't there like a Keith Mitchell that's part of like the fucking oh fuck, what do I want to say? The singing category of country? Or is it
Keith.
it could be Keith Urban that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think it's Keith Urban.
Uh,
Is Mike Weir an amateur? Imagine. Okay.
I think I got my Canadian.
So I just need a Canadian amateur. I was trying to see if I could like
Read up on any of the amateurs.
just like check out kill two birds with one stone, but it's either American or Europeans kind of thing that are amateurs. So
Yeah.
doesn't like really matter. Um so you took Morikawa. So I am going to go uh I'm going Rory.
Ooh. You know what's kind of a like throw off? Matt Fitzpatrick is also still on the board. That's tough. He's a good European.
Yeah.
It's noted. It's noted. All right. For my Canadian, I'm gonna go. It's really between Mackenzie Hughes and Corey Connors. They could be either or. Um, but there's a vibe that I like with this guy, and I just like Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah. And I'll go Corey Connors.
Yep, it's good. It's good. All right, and then with my amateur, oh man, now this is where I'm at a loss here because I have no fucking clue. Uh, this is a cool name, Mateo Fernandez de Oliveira. It's a cool name. He looks
Yeah,
intense.
he does.
Let's see. Matthew McLean, Northern Ireland. That just seems like someone who could just totally either win it or fuck it up and lose.
Yeah.
Like
No kidding.
he could be the most plus.
He'll shoot 7 under or 17 over. You
Yeah.
just don't know.
You know what? I feel like this guy was made to play just because of his last name. I see it. I'm not even going another way. Give me Gordon Sargent.
Gordon Sargent. Sargent.
Also doesn't spell it like how you'd think it would for Sargent, so
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fair. I'm going, I don't know why, but I feel like South Africans are sneaky good at golf.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
I know
go
exactly who you're going.
I don't know how to forgive me for my mispronouncing it. Yeah, breaking in my new tongue apparently.
Yeah.
Potgeider? Is that his name? Or is it
Oh,
like
you're not going Schwartzel, are you?
for my amateur.
I think you said South African, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh. Ah, I see.
What were you reading?
I thought I don't know. I didn't know you were going to fucking hell. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I got JT as my miscellaneous, Hideki as
Yeah.
my previous, and Asian, Scheffler.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know what was on my brain. We saved amateurs for last, basically.
yeah.
Just don't mind me.
You wanna eighth pick? Should we
No. Make it an even 7.
Yeah, my list, I wrote down so many names twice. I wrote down Rory, JT, Scheffler, Brooks, and then I did Connors, Rom, and then Kepka. And then I wrote down Tiger, and then I wrote down Tiger again later, and I wrote down Hughes twice. Fucking hell. I'm all over the place right now.
Absolute bender of a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aldrich Potgieter.
Yeah.
I wonder how you pronounce that.
Yeah, I definitely butchered it for sure. That's a fact. So, Hayden, you got Zalatoris, DJ, Rom, Siwoo Kim, Morikawa, Mackenzie Hughes, and Gordon Sargent
Yes, sir.
as your amateur. I got Justin Thomas, Hideki Matsuyama as my previous winner and Asian player, Scotty Scheffler, Cam Smith as my live and European player, Rory as just my miscellaneous player, Connors as my Canadian, and Aldrich Potgieter as my amateur out of South Africa. So, who was your next pick if there were to be an eighth overall pick?
It would have definitely have been the European man himself, Matt Fitzpatrick.
That's Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I think I would go with Spieth or Homa.
Spieth or Homo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Also, that's not rude. Okay. He says
Homo.
that he says that all the time.
Oh yeah, no.
He calls his fans the homos. Oh, I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to like cancel culture.
No, I know. It's he's like a big Twitter personality too, so
Absolutely. Like I
yeah.
could just imagine the Masters, like people playing, they'll be following Max, and then they'll just say, "What up, homo?" And
Yeah.
like people around him are like, "What the fuck are you on right now?" And it's like, "No, don't worry, he likes it." It's
Oh, yeah.
funny
But
guy.
no, hey, this is a good episode. Nice chill, laid back episode. Where can the people find you?
On Instagram and Twitter at Hayden_Barton. Boom diggity.
You can follow me on Instagram at Jevon.Lefave, on Twitter at JevonLefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at leftsideheavy_. Subscribe to the YouTube Left Side Heavy, and subscribe and rate us on everywhere you get your podcast. It really helps grow the show. Good luck on any Masters bets that you make this weekend, and we will see you next time. Peace.